I'm Tanya Hutchins with the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, and I'm here with the Atlanta-based lead for the IAM Delta Flight Attendant campaign, Spencer Hayes. Thanks for joining us, Spencer.
Thanks for having me today.
How did you start your career?
Wow, I started my career with Delta Airlines as a ACS ramp agent, and within about 5 months I became a full-time employee and worked in an administrative position, and then moved on to training in the in-flight. Well, basically I became a flight attendant first.
By accident,
By accident,
right?
really, yes. My manager thought I would be a good candidate for the bid that was open, and never crossed my mind to think about being a flight attendant, but it was practically one of the best moves I've ever made, and I really do love my job, and I thank her for that opportunity that she kind of opened my eyes to.
Now, loving your job is important, and how a company treats its employees is important. How does Delta treat its flight attendants?
Well, Delta treats its flight attendants, my personal opinion is they kind of treat us like elementary school children. And I say that because the way they kind of do their approach, and as if we are all need to be nurtured, but we're adults, and I feel sometimes they're deeply involved with emotions, and it gets in the way of the important things of being a flight attendant safety, and that can be somewhat intimidating because when we have to do effective change and do things, it becomes a problem, and so people tend to, look at Delta as the only source of the right answer, and that's not always the case.
And why do you want a union contract and union protections going into your 20th year?
Well, I want a union contract because it's necessary in our field today, and after almost 20 years of being with this company, based on the safety aspect of it, I think a safety committee would be one of the things that we could really benefit from. Also, working with our scheduling department with a lot of IROP situations that we're going to continue to have.
What does IROP stand for?
And IROP is irregular operations, meaning that the operation is not running on schedule, and people are getting rerouted or flown into off days, or changed their original scheduled trip and going into a different city, or getting back later than they're supposed to get back. And we are being robbed of wages under that irregular operations.
What are some of the other things you'd like to see fixed under a union contract?
I would definitely like to see, again, I'm a big advocate for the scheduling department. Technology has been one of the things that we've been lacking in. We're going into our 8th year of being told that our technology is getting better, but yet it tends to fail. And when it fails, our flight attendants are lost in the system, and it becomes very hard for us to recover. And it's frustration that has started a lot of people thinking that we can have oversight with a contract or a union member or reps inside overseeing what we can do to make things better and work these issues out and succeed together, basically.
So what else would help?
Defined work rules will be able to help initiate accountability and oversight with the flight attendant group and management. We both will know what to be expected under a contract. It will be in black and white. There will be no way around it. There will be accountability for if someone fails to adhere to those contract agreements.
And why do you think the IAM is a good fit?
I think the IAM is a good fit because of the diverse atmosphere that they have in their transportation department. Tanya, I tell you, transportation is what we do. We fall right under that category. So with the history of the IAM being a part of that, we can actually improve. We also can learn, and we also would be able to have oversight in our careers and ensure that we can fight off insourcing, outsourcing, which our careers are actually being challenged by other airlines, other stake in other airlines flying our routes. We're losing routes. So I know that IAM will be effective in listening to us and helping us achieve our goals and working together.
So if there are flight attendants that have questions, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, there are several ways you can get in touch with me. One, we do have the new office open in Atlanta at Normandy Way, and that information is posted on social media. And it's open between 9 and 5 on Tuesdays and Thursdays of each week. And also, you can find me on Facebook. You can send me a message and let me know that you need a card. I can get a card out to you. That is not a problem.
Anything else you'd like to mention that we haven't talked about yet?
I would like to mention that this IAM card that we have, it is one of the most important things that we can do. We can sign this card and get this card renewed if you've signed it in the past. The card's only effective for 12 months. And a lot of people don't know that. But I suggest you sign one every 6 months and set a note in your calendar to say, hey, it's time for me to sign a card. Once we get the number of cards that we need, 50% plus one, we can file for a vote. It is that simple, but you have to sign your card, people.
So sign your card today, and we have the address right on the screen, right here, iamdelta.net/acard. That's iamdelta.net/acard. Sign today. Thank you so much, Spencer.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, good to see
Thanks
you.
for having me.
No problem.